The scorching Afghan sun beat down on Captain Sarah Mitchell as she approached the main gate of Fort Braxton. Her combat boots kicked up dust with each determined step, the weight of her mission heavy on her shoulders. After 3 grueling days of covert operations in the mountains, she carried intelligence that could save thousands of lives. An intercepted communication had revealed plans for an imminent attack on the base, one that would occur in less than 2 hours. Sarah adjusted her uniform, still bearing the subtle marks of her recent mission. Though exhausted, her posture remained impeccable, a habit ingrained through years of military discipline. At 32, she had already earned more decorations than most officers would in their entire careers. The small scar above her right eyebrow served as a permanent reminder of the ambush in Kandahar that had nearly claimed her life 3 years ago. As she approached the checkpoint, Sarah noticed a new face in the guard booth, young, stern, and clearly inexperienced. She reached for her identification, the classified folder tucked securely under her arm. ID. "Ma'am," the guard said without looking up, his tone dismissive. Sarah presented her military identification card. "Captain Sarah Mitchell, Special Operations. I need immediate clearance to speak with General Hayes. It's urgent." The guard barely glanced at her credentials before handing them back. "Sorry, but I can't just let anyone through claiming they need to see the general, especially not without proper verification." "I understand protocol, but this is a matter of base security," Sarah insisted, keeping her voice level despite the urgency pulsing through her veins. "The information I'm carrying is time-sensitive." The guard's expression hardened. "Look, miss, I don't know who you are, but generals don't just meet with anyone who shows up claiming to have urgent information. There are proper channels." Sarah felt her patience thinning. "I'm not miss. I'm Captain Mitchell. My clearance level is Alpha 7. You can verify that through command." "Right," the guard scoffed, looking her up and down. "And I'm the Secretary of Defense. Without proper authorization, you're not getting through. Maybe try the visitor center?" Sarah's hand instinctively moved toward the sidearm holstered at her hip, not as a threat, but a reflex born from years in combat zones where hesitation meant death. She caught herself taking a deep breath instead. The intelligence in her possession detailed a coordinated attack involving embedded insurgents and explosives already planted throughout the base. Every minute wasted increased the risk exponentially. In the distance, a convoy of black SUVs approached the gate. Sarah recognized the flags on the lead vehicle. General William Hayes was returning to base, along with several other high-ranking officers who had been at a regional command meeting. The guard straightened his posture as the vehicles pulled up. The window of the lead SUV lowered, revealing General Hayes's weathered face. His eyes widened in recognition. "Captain Mitchell, I thought you were still in the field." Before Sarah could respond, the guard interjected, "Sir, this woman was trying to gain unauthorized access." "That woman is one of our most decorated Special Forces operatives," General Hayes interrupted, his voice carrying the weight of his rank. "And if she's here instead of completing her mission, something's very wrong." The doors of the other vehicles opened, revealing 4 more generals, Thompson, Cushing, Washington, and Holtgreen, all of whom had worked with Sarah on classified operations. Their presence at Fort Braxton at this precise moment was either incredible luck or the worst possible timing, depending on how the next hour unfolded. Sarah stepped forward, her expression grave. "Sir, we have a situation. The base has been compromised. We have less than 2 hours before they move." The command center hummed with urgent activity as Captain Sarah Mitchell spread her intelligence materials across the tactical table. 5 generals, Hayes, Thompson, Cushing, Washington, and Holtgreen, leaned in, their faces grim as they absorbed the details of the imminent threat. 3 separate teams, Sarah explained, pointing to the base schematic. "Already inside our perimeter. They've placed explosive devices at these 7 locations." Her finger traced critical infrastructure points, the communications hub, power station, armory, and 4 barracks buildings. "And they have at least 2 infiltrators among base personnel." General Holtgreen's eyes narrowed. "How certain are you about the infiltrators, Captain?" "I identified one myself during surveillance," Sarah replied, sliding forward a grainy photograph. This man entered the insurgent camp 3 days ago. He's wearing our uniform, working in base security." The room fell silent as General Hayes recognized the face. "That's Corporal Reeves. He processes incoming personnel at the main gate." "The same guard who just refused to check my ID," Sarah confirmed, the implications hanging heavy in the air. Alarms suddenly blared throughout the base. The lights flickered, then died, plunging the room into darkness before emergency generators kicked in. "They're moving early," Sarah said, drawing her sidearm. "We've lost the advantage of preparation." General Thompson grabbed the secure radio. "This is General Thompson. All units, security protocol Delta 9. This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill." The first explosion rocked the western perimeter, followed quickly by a second blast near the communications center. Through the window, Sarah spotted armed figures moving with military precision across the compound. "They're targeting command staff," she realized aloud. This meeting just put all 5 generals in one location. As if confirming her assessment, gunfire erupted in the corridor outside. The door burst open, and 2 security officers fell, blood pooling beneath them. Sarah reacted instantly, overturning the heavy tactical table to create cover as bullets splintered the doorframe. "Stay down," she ordered, returning fire with measured precision. 3 attackers dropped, but more were coming. General Cushing crawled to the fallen officers, checking for pulses before retrieving their weapons. "Both dead," he reported grimly, passing a rifle to General Washington. Sarah's mind raced through options, each worse than the last. The command center was compromised, communications were down, and they were outgunned and outnumbered. The armory, she decided. If we can reach it, we can arm ourselves properly and rally the loyal troops. "That's across the compound," General Hultgreen pointed out. "We'd be exposed." "The maintenance tunnels," General Hayes suggested. "They run beneath the entire base," Sarah nodded. "I'll take point. Generals, stay tight formation, 5 meters spacing." As they prepared to move, Sarah's secure satellite phone vibrated. The message chilled her blood. "Second wave inbound, 15 minutes, heavy weapons." "We have another problem," she announced. "Reinforcements are coming, with artillery support." They moved swiftly through the tunnels, the distant sounds of combat echoing through the concrete passages. At the first junction, Sarah held up her fist, signaling a halt. Footsteps approached from the adjoining corridor. "Friendlies or hostiles?" General Thompson whispered. Before Sarah could answer, a grenade bounced into view, rolling toward their position. "Down!" she shouted, diving forward. In one fluid motion, she scooped up the grenade and hurled it back down the corridor. The explosion sent dust and debris raining down as enemy combatants screamed. Rising to one knee, Sarah engaged the surviving attackers, her shots finding their marks with deadly accuracy. But as the dust settled, she realized General Washington had been hit, blood seeping through his uniform at the shoulder. "I'm fine," he insisted through gritted teeth. "Keep moving." They pressed on, reaching the access point beneath the armory. Sarah climbed the ladder first, peering through the hatch. What she saw made her heart sink. The armory was already in enemy hands, their precious weapons being distributed to more infiltrators in stolen uniforms. "We need a new plan," she whispered down to the generals. "And we need it now." Captain Sarah Mitchell's mind worked with tactical precision as she assessed their desperate situation. The armory was compromised, General Washington was wounded, and enemy reinforcements were minutes away. She slid back down the ladder to rejoin the generals. "We need to split up," she decided, her voice steady despite the chaos above. "They won't expect us to separate." General Hayes nodded grimly. "What's your plan, Captain?" "General Washington and General Hultgreen will head to the medical wing through the East Tunnel. Get that shoulder treated and rally any personnel you find." Sarah turned to the others. "Generals Hayes and Thompson take the South Passage to the communications backup station. If we can get a signal out, we might get air support." "And you, Captain?" General Cushing asked. Sarah checked her weapon. "I'm going after those explosives. They've taken the armory, but they don't know about the experimental weapons in the research lab." General Cushing straightened his posture. "I'm coming with you." They parted ways with determined handshakes, each group disappearing down different tunnels. Sarah and General Cushing moved silently through the narrow passages until they reached the access point beneath the research facility. "These weapons haven't been field tested," Sarah whispered as they entered the lab. But today's as good a day as any. She quickly located what she was looking for, a prototype sonic disruptor and 2 experimental pulse rifles. As she handed one to General Cushing, an explosion above shook dust from the ceiling. "Second wave has arrived," she said. "We're out of time." They made their way to the central courtyard, using the chaos of battle as cover. Sarah spotted the first explosive device attached to a support column of the main barracks. With steady hands, she disarmed it while General Cushing provided cover fire with the pulse rifle, its distinctive whine cutting through the battlefield noise as it dropped 3 attackers with non-lethal energy pulses. One by one, they located and neutralized the remaining explosives, working their way toward the command center where the fighting was most intense. As they approached, Sarah's satellite phone vibrated with an incoming message. "Communications restored, air support 5 minutes, hold position." Hayes and Thompson did it, she told Cushing. "We just need to hold out." They burst into the command center to find Generals Hultgreen and Washington, his shoulder bandaged, coordinating a counterattack with loyal troops. The tide was turning, but the enemy commander, now revealed as Corporal Reeves, held position at the tactical operations desk, a detonator in his hand. "One more step and I trigger the final device," he threatened. "The one you didn't find." Sarah lowered her weapon slightly. "It's over, Reeves. Your explosives are neutralized, your men are being captured, and air support is inbound." "Not all of them." Reeves smiled coldly. "The one under this building remains. Enough to take all of you with me." In that moment, Sarah made her decision. She activated the sonic disruptor, its high-frequency pulse causing Reeves to clutch his ears in pain. The detonator fell from his grasp, skittering across the floor. Sarah dove forward, sliding across the polished surface to snatch it up as General Cushing tackled Reeves to the ground. The sound of helicopters thundered overhead as air support arrived. Base security, now led by General Hayes, stormed the room, securing the remaining insurgents. Hours later, as the sun set over Fort Braxton, the full extent of Sarah's actions became clear. Her intelligence and quick thinking had saved hundreds of lives. The 5 generals stood with her on the command center balcony, watching as medical teams treated the wounded and security teams completed their sweep of the base. The president called. General Hayes informed her. "He's recommended you for the Medal of Honor." Sarah shook her head. "I was just doing my job, sir." "No, Captain," General Hultgreen corrected. "You did what no one else could have done." General Washington, his arm in a sling, handed her a small box. Inside was the insignia of a brigadier general. "The promotion ceremony will be next week," he said. "Youngest female general in military history." As Sarah looked out over the base she had saved, the guard who had refused to check her ID approached, his expression contrite. General Mitchell," he stammered. "I wanted to apologize for earlier." Sarah studied him for a moment before extending her hand. "Lesson learned, soldier. In this army, we judge by actions, not appearances." As the young guard walked away, General Cushing leaned in. "What will you do now, General Mitchell?" Sarah watched as the American flag, tattered but still flying, caught the last rays of sunlight. "Keep fighting," she said simply. "Some battles are won with bullets, others with courage. Today we needed both."
I just want to take a moment to say a huge thank you to each and every one of you. Folded hands, your love, support, likes, comments, and subscriptions mean the world to me. Without you, this journey wouldn't be possible. Every view, every share, and every encouraging word keeps me motivated to create more content for you all. I'm truly grateful to have such an amazing community by my side. Let's keep growing together and making this journey even more special. Red Heart.